Today, we're diving into a really fascinating and pretty complex question. Can an ancient practice like fasting actually have a role to play in modern cancer treatment? All right, let's jump right in with this quote because this idea is really at the heart of our entire explainer today. It's this notion that maybe, just maybe, by stepping back, by getting out of our own way, we can unlock our body's own amazing natural ability to heal. So, first up, let's explore why this idea, which might sound kind of radical, right, is getting some serious buzz from scientists and doctors. Why is everyone paying attention now? Now, just to make sure we're all on the same page, when we say fasting, we're not talking about what you eat, but when you eat. And this can look like a lot of different things. It could be as simple as only eating within an 8-hour window each day, or it could be a more intense fast that lasts for a few days. So what is actually going on inside you when you stop eating? Well, you can think of it like your body is flipping this big metabolic survival switch. It's a complete shift in how it gets its energy. See, most of the time, our bodies run on sugar. We eat food, it breaks down into glucose, and that's the go-to fuel for pretty much everything, especially our brain and our muscles. Simple enough. But things start to change pretty fast when you stop eating. So check out this timeline. In that first day or so, your body just burns through all its easy access sugar, what's called glycogen. But then it hits a wall. The reserves are empty. And now your body has to figure something else out. It's got to find a new source of fuel, and fast. And this is where the body's survival genius really kicks in. It starts breaking down body fat into these awesome little molecules called ketones. And these ketones are an incredibly clean and efficient backup fuel that can power just about everything, especially our super energy-hungry brain. It keeps the whole system running smoothly, no glucose needed. Okay, so this brings us to the most crucial part of this whole story. How this fasted state, this ketone-fueled state, affects our normal, healthy cells versus how it affects cancer cells. Because the difference, well, it's pretty striking. So scientists have a name for this. They call it the differential stress response. And here's what it means. Your healthy cells are smart. They sense there's no food coming in, so they go into this protective hunker down mode. They slow everything way down to save energy. But cancer cells, because of their genetic mutations, they are programmed for one thing and one thing only: endless growth. They completely ignore the starvation signal and just keep their foot on the gas. And this is how that vulnerability really plays out. That fasted state that protects your normal cells, it creates a super hostile environment for cancer cells. Suddenly, they're starved of glucose, their favorite food, and they're getting hit with all these damaging molecules. It's a real 1-2 punch that seems to weaken them. And here's the key part. It might make them way more sensitive to treatments like chemotherapy. And while all that is going on, something else amazing is happening. Fasting ramps up a process called autophagy. The easiest way to think about this is like your body's own internal deep cleaning service. It goes around, finds old, junky, or damaged cell parts, and recycles them. Some scientists even think this process might help clear out precancerous cells before they ever become a real problem. Okay, I know this all sounds pretty incredible in theory, right? But does it actually work in the real world? What are we seeing from actual human clinical trials? Well, the research is still pretty young, but what we have so far is really promising. Just look at this table. It highlights a few key studies where people combined fasting with chemo. And you can see different cancers, different types of fasts. There's even something called a fasting mimicking diet, which is designed to give you the benefits of a fast without completely giving up food. And the theme you see again and again isn't that fasting is a cure, but that it seems to make the standard treatment easier for patients to handle. So if there's one thing to take away from these human studies, it's this. Fasting isn't shrinking tumors all by itself. What it seems to be doing is protecting the patient's healthy cells from the really harsh, damaging side effects of treatments like chemo. And honestly, for anyone who's been through that or knows someone who has, you know that reducing those side effects is a massive, massive win. So where does that leave us? What's the big picture here? What should you really take away from all this incredible emerging science? Let me be absolutely 100% crystal clear on this. The evidence we have right now does not, in any way, shape, or form, support using fasting as some kind of magic bullet or as an alternative to standard medical care. Trying to do that would be incredibly dangerous. Instead, what the science is pointing to is a brand new and really exciting role for fasting. It's a powerful tool to be used with, not instead of, standard therapy. The goal is to improve outcomes and, just as important, to improve a patient's quality of life through a really difficult process.
And look, I really cannot overstate this point. This is absolutely not something to try on your own. Fasting puts a lot of stress on the body, and for a cancer patient who might already be at risk for malnutrition, it has to be handled so carefully. Any kind of fasting during treatment must be done under the close supervision of a medical team. That part is non-negotiable. And all of this leaves us with a pretty provocative thought, doesn't it? As we're constantly searching for new drugs to add, new technologies to add, maybe one of the most powerful tools we have has been right here with us the whole time, hidden in the simple and yet incredibly profound act of just not eating.